Hey everybody, it's Mike coming to you from Vaught RV here in Fort Worth, Texas. I've got behind me a 2023 Jay Flight rear bath model. This particular one is a 247 RBS, that's rear bath slide. What I want to talk about a minute with you is the different options you have when it comes to rear bath floor plans within the Jay Flight family. A lot of folks come in and they ask about couples campers. If it doesn't have bunks, I generally call it a couples camper, and this one doesn't. It's a rear bath. Each one of the rear bath floor plans have their redeeming qualities. So let me tell you a little bit about this one, and while we're talking about it, let me talk to you about the other floor plans, some of which I've already done reviews or will get to. Now this one right here, the 247 RBS, is 28 feet, almost 29 feet long, weighs 5,500 pounds and change. Now your other options are the 240 RBS, that's the smaller of the family, just a little over 27 feet, and it's got a sofa or theater seats in the slide. And then if you go up larger, it's a 263 RBS, 30 feet long, and it's got both a dinette and a sofa in the slide. This one right here, again, well, I'll show you in just a minute. It's got one small slide which houses the dinette. So it's pretty compact. This is in the middle of the family when it comes to length. Which one's best for you? Only you can answer that. It's not a huge trailer at 5,500 pounds. Let's say 65 to 7,000 fully loaded, so certainly towable with a half-ton truck. Let's do a little tour around the outside before we go on the inside. I do my best to point out things that have changed in this model year. Many consistencies with the past year model, but I'll do my best to point them out as we go around. Signature of Jayco is the nice clean storage spaces, and what I always love is you can immediately see plywood. Not particle board, that's plywood. It's stronger, it's more expensive, and it doesn't off-gas as much as particle board. It's more expensive, but you're the benefactor of that. It's just stronger. Nice, clean pass-through storage areas. You saw in that box is a griddle. This comes with a griddle, and I'll show you the J-port when we get around there where that griddle rests. Our propane tanks up here connected together. One will switch over to the other when one's empty. We have our battery tray back here, houses two batteries. Comes standard with one, but you can put two if you want to. Now this unit has solar on it. More and more we're optioning units with solar from the factory. If we don't, never fear, they're all prepped for solar, so you can add solar if you'd like to later. This one's got a single solar panel up on top. Electric tongue jack, this makes leveling and hooking and unhooking a breeze. It's also lighted here, which is a real nice convenience thing. There's a signature of the 23 models, the nice smooth curved facade, 0.04 thickness on the front here, and of course our diamond plating down below. This is the area that historically gets beat up the most, kicking up little stones and stuff from your tires of your truck. This does a nice job of protecting the appearance of the front of the unit. Opposite side of our pass-through storage here, you can see again all the way through. This is our little key block TV mount under here, which is handy because the TV can float between the bedroom and the outside of the unit. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to slide that over there so I can grab it there in a minute and show you guys how that works. Coming around on this side, we have our furnace vent and our potable water fill. Again, best practice is only keep a few gallons in there when you're going down the road. No need to fill this thing up full of water. It's rare that you're not going to have access to potable water close to your camping location. If I'm going to Paladura Canyon from Fort Worth here, no need me putting hundreds of pounds of water in this. I'm going to wait till I get to the park and fill it up with water there, assuming I'm going to be camping in a dry camping spot. If you have a campsite with full hookups, which is defined by water, sewer, and electric, you don't need to put but a few gallons in there anyway, just for water to have on the trip for washing your hands, flushing the toilet, and that kind of thing. All right, little quick tip in the middle of our tour here. Coming around here, we have a detachable 30 amp power cord. You can see it's got a little threaded collar on here. This is handy tighten that up there so when the kids are running their bikes or whatever through your campsite and they catch onto this, it doesn't unplug this and ruin dinner or turn the air conditioner off. So best practice, get that thing seated in there and tighten that up. Gray and black holding tanks, of course, labeled as such. Gray is gray, black is black. Gray is your shower water, sink water, and so on. Black is the toilet water, and they terminate together right here. A lot of people will ask me, well, what's this thing come with? Does it come with everything you need? Nope, RVs come with a power cord. Okay, so here at Vaught, we'll give you credit in our parts and accessories store to get the goodies that you need. Everybody's got their own preference on what kind of sewer hose and water hose and things like that you need. And we have bundles that we can put together for you. It'll save you a few bucks to get you going safely and get to enjoy this the same night that you purchase it from us. Cable satellite input, so whether you have a satellite dish, a portable one, or you have cable at your campground, and many of them do, screw it in here. This is your coax cable connection, and now you have cable on the inside of the coach as well as the patio side. Easy peasy. Full-size mounted spare. This is a Goodyear mounted spare, just like all the tires on all the Jaycos. This American-made Goodyear tire with a 6-year prorated warranty. So quality tire right off the bat. Many brands, the first thing you need to do is throw away those junk tires and put real tires on it. With Jayco, you got a good tire right from the start. Now these are C-clamps back here. You can loosen those and move this to the right or the left to suit your needs. I say this because we have this little mount here. This is where our griddle mounts into the back of this. So I have, I don't know if Brian, you can see under here, we have a propane quick connect right here. So we can put our griddle right here. And I've gone ahead and set this up. We're not driving down the road like this. Okay, this comes out of here and then this goes in like so. So simply pop that in, put your griddle platform, as I call it, right in there. Now, I've got a cooking surface. I can use this for anything. I can just use it for a prep table if I want to. Hook in right there for our propane quick connect for cooking. Now, magnet catches all the way around and instead of the cheap plastic things that used to always break. In here we have a small drink refrigerator, a dorm size fridge, and room to put a griddle or a coffee pot or a blender and a little utensil drawer underneath here. Now if you don't want that refrigerator in there and you'd rather just have the storage, you can do that. It's just screwed to the floor. You can take the whole thing out, no big deal. But it's kind of handy to have a fridge out here. Right here we have a spray port. Jayco is gradually getting away from sinks in outdoor kitchen areas, and for good reason. While it's a good idea and handy sometimes to have a sink in here, you're pulling that plumbing in and out, and after time, it was prone to problems with plumbing and leaks and so on. So enter this quick connect spray port. So it serves a number of functions. You can spray off your feet, you can spray off the dishes, put a basin out here for say you just fried a bunch of bacon or you're at the lake and fish and you don't want to have that stinky smell inside the coach. You can clean off your dishes out here. So spray port in lieu of an actual sink, especially at this price point. So our water heater, this particular unit has a Suburban tankless water heater that runs exclusively on propane. You're not heating a water tank on here. It is a tankless water heater. Cable TV output here. Now instead of input on the other side, which I pointed out a few moments ago, here's our output. So if we want to have TV out here, I have this key block mount right here. I'm going to go grab it and show it to you. And our power here. We're going to do a quick edit and I'll be right back. And through the magic of modern technology, I now have this key block bracket. So look on the back here, it's spring loaded. This will go on the TV that you provide. Pop it on here, latch it down, and now I have a TV out here. The cool thing is this can go inside the unit in the bedroom area, so you can float this TV between those locations. It may be rare that you need or even want a TV out here, if you do ever, but if you do, pop it off the wall in here, bring it out, boom, we have TV under our awning here on what I call the fun side of the unit. This is where the fire pit is, this is where all the fun stuff happens. Okay, what else? Goodyear already pointed that out. When you're shopping around, and you should, give the unit the knuckle test. See what you see or feel when you wrap your knuckles up under the wheel wells. On many units, you're going to feel nothing. Plastic, cardboard, I don't know, whatever. In Jayco's case, there's galvanized steel under there on every tire location. That means if you do pick up some debris on the road, or heaven forbid, have a blowout, it's not going to tear up the side of the unit. I appreciate that Jayco does that. It's one of the many reasons that Jaycos tend to weigh a few more pounds, cost a few more bucks than their competition, and last a whole lot longer. All right, we're coming around the home stretch on our outside tour. Of course, 2+3 warranty. This is a Jayco signature. It's not 23 years, it's 2 years limited, 3 years structural. Everybody else in the industry is 1+3 sometimes. Jayco's 2. That's 2 full camping seasons. That's pretty cool. So go out, put this thing through its paces for a whole year. Halfway through the second year, if you have issues, you're protected by the industry-leading warranty. Have a nice sized awning up here with an LED light strip underneath it, and you can see those speakers up on the wall. You can stream music from your phone through those speakers, should you like to do that, or simply pump some mood music out here on the patio side. Now, before I go in, I'll brag on these steps here. These are Lippert solid steps. Used to be an option to get steps like these in the past. Now they're standard. These are great. They're not the fold-down steps that aren't as stable as these. These are super stable and have adjustable legs down here. They fold up inside like so for travel. Simply release it there and pull it down. Each one of these little yellow collared tabs, you pull on that, you can adjust these legs infinitely up and down depending on the terrain you're on. Really nice solid steps. Makes a more stable entry and exit to the coach. Another cool thing in 2023 is they increased the height of the door a little bit, so for us tall folks it's not quite as much of a head knocker. And one more thing before we go in. All units in 23 are thin shade ready. So if you want to pop a thin shade, as the name implies, it literally just pops in here, and it's a pleated shade for privacy and to keep this cool. You can do this. Otherwise, you're putting some reflective material or something in there for total privacy and to black out the interior. But it's thin shade ready. They're not expensive and they're easy to put in, should you choose to do that. With that, let's go inside and have a look. Okay, now we're on the inside of this 347 Jay Flight. Again, we're in the middle version of the rear bath options in the Jay Flight family. Got a smaller one, got a bigger one. I'll ask Brian to put a link below to those videos so you can check them out. We already touched on the floor plans themselves. But in this case, I've got a rear bath, I've got a sizable dinette here, in a slide. This is not a huge slide, but big enough to really open this up. You know, a lot of folks come in and ask me, I don't know if I want a slide. I heard they're problematic and I don't want the headache. It's getting tough to find units without slides these days. Slides, fortunately, have become increasingly more reliable. But hey, let's face it, anything with a motor and built by human hands is prone to fail at some point. We just don't see it as much as we used to. Anyway, look at this nice big slide, nice big dinette here. When this pushes out, it really opens up the floor plan. Now, with the slide in, it comes to about to my right foot. I still have access to everything in the coach. Something you might want to think about is what's accessible in your trailer as you're going down the road. You're going to pull off at a Flying J, fuel up, come out here. Maybe you're going to fix lunch, grab some sandwich or something, material out of the fridge, go down, sit, have lunch, relax a little bit. You don't have to push the slide out in order to do that. You can access everything. Bathroom, fridge, sink, bed, everything. So anyway, just something to be think about as you're shopping around. Now, TV right across from a sofa. Now this unit, obviously, has both a sofa and a dinette. Only the dinette is in the slide, not the sofa, so we have an L-shaped here. When you go up to the larger rear bath, both the sofa and the dinette are in a larger slide. When we go down to the smaller option, it's only the dinette in the slide and no sofa exists at all. So, it may be a function of what you can safely tow or what your needs are with your tow vehicle. But having said that, right across from the TV, now this is nice. I have a little console in the middle with a cup holder. Now, if I want to utilize this space as a sleeping surface, just take these off of here. It's a jackknife and it just drops down, boom, just like that. So certainly a teenager, kid, short person can sleep in there, no problem. It's actually pretty comfortable. There's no metal bars digging you in the back. And it's super easy to pop back into the sofa like that. So very nice. Point out the, go through the bedroom here for a second. Not a whole lot to show you here. Per usual with these units, you have gas assist struts for the storage area under the bed. A couple years ago, all this space was open under here, all the way to that front pass-through area. Jayco has now closed it off, and I'm glad about that. Keeps it a little warmer in here in chilly temps and just kind of isolates this area from that other area out there. But it's super easy to pop this up and get access to what's under the bed. We put this on for show. We leave the plastic on here, so we rip that off at the very end before you take delivery, but the sheet wants to pop off there pretty easy. So we'll just leave that in there to show you how we roll here. Now you see we have a charge controller up here. So this unit is optioned with a solar package. So this is our charge controller. It's a little grumpy with me. It's trying to charge a battery that doesn't exist. We don't put batteries in these units until the day that you take delivery. So they're real fresh batteries. Speaking of, we fully prep all units here. The propane is filled. Brand new battery installed. It's washed, cleaned, wiped down inside and out. And then finally a technician goes through the whole thing with you and answers questions, shows you how everything works, and most importantly, that it works. I'm on a lot of forums and I'm amazed at how many people buy units and they get out there and say, oh, how does this work? How does that work? And they ask the question on forums, and you know, people are real helpful and happy to offer some information. But it's a bummer to me that more dealers don't do what Vought does, which is go through a full orientation. And I say this as a customer because I was a customer at this store long before I worked here. And I really was the beneficiary of a thorough walkthrough. So when I took it out there, it wasn't you know, a mystery to me. Anyway, there's your charge controller. I have a little bit of storage here for hanging clothes there on either side of the bed. We have reading lights up here, which you control by just reaching up there and popping that little switch in the middle. Now, I showed you that key block mount. Right here's where we can put a key block mount up here. The bracket comes with the unit. So if you want to have a television in here, you certainly can. We have our hookups for it right up here. Have a half wall here and a curtain that separates this, so you do have a little bit of privacy in here. All right, I'll point this out real quickly. This is all your breakers and your fuses. They're all labeled nicely, so you know exactly what they go to. This is cool now in 2023. It's auto detect. So in the future, if you upgrade to lithium from your lead acid battery, which it comes with standard, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to change any settings. It's got an auto detect feature. Put that new battery in and you're good to go. A little extra storage under here under the sink, and also gives you more access in case you need to get to the underside of the faucet there. This is a safety alert. It's a propane and LP gas, I should say carbon monoxide and LP gas detector. Now, even though we're just in a 28-ish feet long unit, pretty decent amount of prep area and counter space, I really love these countertops that Jayco has done. Looks like marble or granite, but it's not. It's a molded material. But what's cool is it enables them to do an undermount sink. Easy to keep it clean as you wipe it off. You see the pink stuff in there. Never fear, that's not pink lemonade that a kid tossed in there. That means it's winterized, and it tells us it's winterized. You'll see that a lot if you shop around. Now this is the modern farmhouse decor, and clearly the most popular option that Jayco does. These are full extension drawer glides. Ball bearing drawer glides. Jayco always puts solid surface fronts on their drawers as well as their door fronts. Solid maple, not particle board with tape on it. These are all solid maple doors, and all the stiles are pocket screwed and glued together as well. Moving over here, we have a 3-burner cooktop. This folds back to become your backsplash. This is easily removable for cleaning. Backlit controls for both your cooktop and our oven light under here. This isn't a huge oven. I have a lot of people say, yeah, can I put a turkey in there? Can I make a turkey in there? No, it's not big enough for a turkey, but how many times do you do a turkey in your trailer? Crock pot, you can smoke it. Lots of ways you can do a turkey. This is big enough for pot pies and pizzas and cookies and stuff like that. And a little more storage under here as well. And if I didn't show off under the sink, probably a good place for the trash can to go. The range hood is vented to the outside. Kick that switch on so it's vented just like home to the outside. I do have a light under here. A little microwave big enough for warming up leftovers and so on. 12-volt refrigerator. I'm a huge fan of these, and here's the news flash, I guess. Lot more room than a standard traditional RV fridge in the 12-volt refrigerator options. The industry as a whole is migrating toward these as standard issue. Within a few years, I predict it'll be really hard to find a gas absorption or a gas/electric refrigerator. These are convenient. They work on strictly 12 volts. There's no safety hazard with propane and that kind of thing. I've had a lot of units with gas absorption fridges, and they work great, and they've been great for the RV industry, but they are gravitating toward 12-volt fridges. This is a compressor fridge. It works just like your one at home. Turn that on and you're freezing ice cream in a couple hours. Now our entertainment center right here. Have a storage cabinet under here. I'm going to keep asking Jayco for this until they do it. Put a shelf or two in here. If I'm buying this trailer, I'm going to put a shelf in here. It screams for a shelf, because otherwise I don't know what you do with this space. I try to point out, the good, the bad, and the ugly on these reviews. Fortunately, with Jayco, there's way more good than bad or ugly, but this is just a space that's kind of obtuse. I would put some shelves in there. But you do have a little bit extra storage space. TV up here. Now this is cool. It's a smart TV now in 2023 in all the Jay Flights. So it's already got presets for Prime Video, Netflix, Disney Plus, and Hulu. But it's a smart TV, so you can mirror your phone. It's Insignia brand, which is a Best Buy brand. And here's a cool thing. You can pull this out and angle this over to the dinette or toward the kitchen, whatever suits your needs, and then pop it in place for travel. Your little radio, your stereo here, you've got auxiliary, of course AM, FM, BT is Bluetooth, so you can pair your phone to this. Zone 1 are the speakers in here, Zone 2 are the speakers out on the patio, and you can stream music from your phone through these speakers. Pretty cool. Little smoked glass inserts on these cabinet doors and a little extra storage up top. All right, now back to our thermostat. Works just like home. Turn this on for AC, up and down. It controls your furnace as well as your AC. Now, one thing I love about this floor plan is you get an actual closet. It's in the bathroom here, but check this out. Lots of hanging clothes storage that you don't often get in the smaller Jay Flights. That's a ton of storage up there that I'm really glad to see. Yeah, nothing to brag about here. Small sink in the corner. I don't have a medicine cabinet. Wish I did. I'd probably put one in here myself if this was my unit. I would take this out and mount a medicine cabinet there or there. A little bit of extra storage under here as well. We have a foot flush toilet here, plenty of room in here to do what you need to do. This is a tub shower combo. I'm 6 feet tall, not huge, big enough to do what I need to do in the shower. Traditional shower curtain. A lot of people sigh when they, shower curtain, shower curtain. I kind of like the shower curtain simply because you can take this off of here You can wash it and put it back. It says dry clean only. I'm no laundry expert, but I don't know why you couldn't wash it out by hand and put it back here and keep it clean all the time. But anyway, not to digress. Black matte finish on all the fixtures here, shower head and so on. Of course, you can see there's a skylight up here. I'm 6 feet tall, so I'm 6 feet and an inch or two right to here, but even more so inside this skylight here. And if you got little kiddos, you want to use the bathtub feature, you got it right here. Before I leave this is our Suburban tankless water heater control here and our light switch. So again, we're in the middle of the 3 rear bath options in the Jay Flight family. What else? This does convert into a bed. Should mention that. It's easy to do. If you're wondering how to convert a dinette into a bed, we did a video in the RV Quick Tips with Mike playlist on our YouTube channel. I think we did every dinette on the lot at that time on how you convert dinettes into beds. If you need other quick tips on leveling and hooking up to water and dumping the holding tanks, fun stuff like that, check out that segment of our YouTube channel. There's a lot of helpful information in there. There is a little bit of storage under each side here. I suggest putting a clear plastic tub or a wicker basket in there that you can pull out with shoes and stuff. Otherwise, if you need to get to the back, you got to open this up like so, pop this out, and it's a little clumsy. This way you can put a clear plastic tub or something, easier to get that stuff out that vibrates to the back. You've got USB charging ports there behind the dinette as well, and that's a 2023 thing. Just more USB ports everywhere, including right up here by the door, household current, all of our controls nestled in right up here to check our tank levels, light switch, awning in and out, and slide room in and out. All very convenient to get to. Hey, my name's Mike. I appreciate you joining me. As always, if you have questions, comments, drop them in the comment section below. While you're down there, I love it if you click like and subscribe. Be the first to hear about when we post more videos just like this. And I'll do my best to answer questions and give you meaningful feedback if you want to leave some comments down there. As always, thanks for joining me. My name's Mike. I'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching our video. If you have any questions or any suggestions on content you'd like to see, leave a comment below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks again from VOD RV.